Hello and welcome to the Transfer Advisors and Clubs room for Popcorn with a Program. This month's flavor of the month is education. We're so happy you were able to join us. So we have representatives today from University of Arizona, Arizona State, and Grand Canyon University. Each one's going to give us a brief presentation, and then I'll talk a little bit about some of our clubs related to education and how to engage with our clubs in this virtual environment. So to get us started, I'm gonna turn it over to our colleagues from the University of Arizona.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Elena Rodriguez, and my pronouns are she, her, and hers. I am one of the transfer admissions counselors with the University of Arizona. So as your Arizona admissions counselor, we are here to help you with your questions that you have about transferring from Pima to the U of A. Admission counselors also are happy to provide you general information about the university, connect you with the correct resources, whether it's in academics, student life, financial aid, or more. The University of Arizona is also home to over 40 different degree programs with a focus in education. We have over 600 student clubs and organizations, and the only transfer student center in Arizona. Arizona actually is going to be having an upcoming event in partnership with ASU and NAU. It's our first ever Transfer Tri-U event from April 12th to 17th. There will be multiple sessions where you can learn about transfer pathways, admissions, and financial aid opportunities that you have with our Arizona public universities. I do want to hand it over to Angela Poteau today. She is going to talk a little bit more about the opportunities and degree plans that you have as an Arizona student interested in education.
Hi, Pima students. It's an honor to be here to meet each of you and talk a little bit about my role in supporting your success as you consider a career in education. So at the College of Education within the U of A, we do offer 3 different teacher preparation programs, which are on your screen now. And these are specifically helping you to not only earn a bachelor's degree, but also teacher certification within the state of Arizona. Can everybody see my screen now? Fantastic. So beginning with early childhood education, this degree program is really centered around the youngest of students. So you do get a chance to work with the families of the children that you teach and become certified for birth through 3rd grade. You actually spend a year in an early childhood development learning center or a preschool. And then you also get a chance to do student teaching in both elementary as well as those babies and toddlers. So a great option if you want to work with the youngest of students. Our elementary education option is the most popular because it is serving students from kindergarten all the way through 8th grade. So whether you want to work in lower elementary, upper elementary, or middle school. We do partner with Donna Kahn at the Desert Vista campus. She is an advisor for all education students, and if you have not gotten connected with her yet, I definitely encourage you to do so, and she can help you as you chart your path to becoming a Wildcat. In our elementary education program, you will have the option of either becoming certified in English as a second language as an endorsement, or to be able to work with students whose first language is not English, or certified in bilingual to serve in a dual language classroom. You also get a chance in your program to have 4 semesters of field work, including 1 semester of student teaching. And then finally, our mild moderate disabilities program is for anybody who's really passionate about working with those with special needs. And we do have an exciting opportunity to actually save time and money and earn a master's degree and start that in your senior year. Lots of great opportunities to serve students in classrooms. One I want to let you know as you start to make an informed decision about where to transfer is we have over a 96% pass rate of students who take that state certification exam for the state of Arizona to become certified on their very first try. And that's really as a result of our amazing model of success, which is nationally recognized because our students are out in the field and applying what they're learning today in real life classrooms with students, which is really exciting. Now, there is an opportunity to have your junior and senior year paid for when you transfer to the University of Arizona through Arizona Teachers Academy, and there is a preference for Arizona residents. To learn more, I invite you to check out the link that I will post in the chat after today's meeting. This will fund your entire tuition for up to 2 years, as long as you make a commitment to teach in an Arizona public school upon graduation. So very exciting. For anybody who is possibly a tribal member, an Indigenous student or Native American student, we do have an exciting opportunity through a program called ITEP. It's Indigenous Teacher Education Program that really invites students who are Indigenous themselves to go back and actually support an Indigenous school. And that would be one with a high proportion of Indigenous students. So an exciting opportunity to have your tuition and fees paid for, but also a stipend. In addition, we partner with a few local school districts to actually help you to become a certified teacher in a shorter amount of time. And this is a program that actually also provides you with a stipend. So I'll also provide a link in the chat so you can check that out after. If you have a connection with one of these school districts, we do invite you to connect with our coordinator for that program. Now, I want to invite you to take some next steps. If you plan to become a Wildcat, we have information sessions held each Monday and Thursday afternoon, which I host and give you a chance to meet a current student in our College of Education. But if you have questions about anything I discussed today, our majors, or creating a plan because you plan to transfer soon, please feel free to contact me. I'll post that information in the chat as well. And if you've applied to U of A or need help with applying, Elena's great, and she will happily connect with you to schedule something. So we want to just support you as you consider becoming a Wildcat. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much. I'm going to hand it off to our representative from Arizona State University.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So my name is Cristal Robertson. I use pronouns she, her, hers, and ella. And I'm one of our transfer and graduate recruitment coordinators at Arizona State University. And my job is really to support any student interested in transferring to ASU. As a first generation college student myself, I know it can be really intimidating to navigate college and to navigate such a monumentous transition, right? And the team that I work with and myself really want to make the process less confusing for students as you transition from your community college to the university. We have folks dedicated specifically to supporting you within each academic college as well. And we're really intentional about making sure that you get connected with those folks and throughout your discussions with us as well. In my role, I get lots of questions like, when is the best time to transfer? Or how do my credits transfer to ASU? What is the application process? And how can I get connected with folks at ASU after I transfer? So really my duty as a recruiter is to help students feel comfortable and confident in their decision to transfer. And one thing that's really funny that I usually see, especially from Pima students, is that you all like to ask questions that you already know the answer to. And you really kind of just email us to get confirmation and to get a little bit of reassurance on your research. And really, again, that's where I'll just step in and say, yep, you're being great. You're doing everything that you need to do to be successful. So for those of you interested in transferring to ASU, just to give y'all a little bit of information, I always recommend that you start by checking how your credits are going to transfer. We do have a tool that will help you see exactly how your credits are going to transfer to ASU through our transfer guide website, which I will share on my screen here. This is our transfer guide website, and then that course search tool is right here. I just used Writing 101 as an example here, but essentially you'll just enter Pima, the course, and the semester and year that you took that course, and then I'll tell you what that equivalent is. Now, while I'm here, I also want to show you my Path to ASU, which is a really great tool as well. What my Path to ASU does is it'll tell you exactly what courses are offered currently at Pima that you can take to then transfer to ASU, which is really helpful. And then I also pulled up here the Arizona Teachers Academy as well. This is through Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College. And similar to the information that Angela shared with you all, this would be funding your last 2 years of your tuition after you transfer to ASU. So if you are currently unsure about when you should apply, just know that you can actually apply to ASU about a year ahead of the semester you're wanting to start. So that would really be, if you're interested in starting in the fall 22, then you would want to start applying in June or early July of this year. Same thing with the spring of 2022. If that's when you're interested, then you want to start applying in May of this year. And then to find out if you're ready to transfer, really, I'm going to suggest that you connect with your academic advisor to see where you are in terms of completing your associate's degree, or if you're close to 64 credits completed. And that's really important because ASU will only apply up to 64 credits toward your degree at ASU. So if you're in a place where you've taken a little more than that, or you're getting pretty close to it, then it's a really good time to start talking to your advisors and then to reach out to either myself or someone from my team. You can actually connect with us at asu.edu/findmyrep. And this is really important because at that point you have somebody that you can connect with regularly that you know will be answering your questions. And after you've been admitted, I really encourage you all to start finding your people, right? I know it can be a little bit different when we're in sort of this virtual space. We are obviously making some moves toward getting folks to return to campus and getting some sense of normalcy. But there's definitely ways to connect with folks over mediums like Zoom as well. Because we do know that ASU is such a large community, right? Which can be a bit unnerving. But you all should know that you have many opportunities to either create or join smaller communities within ASU. I actually just saw the other day that there's like an agility dog training club, an outdoors club, a meditation club, and then not to mention obviously our student coalitions like the Allegiance of Indigenous People, the Black African Coalition, the Rainbow Coalition, the Women's Coalition, just to name a few there. But overall, we do know transferring to ASU from a college like Pima is a really important decision, right? And I know that I speak on behalf of myself and my team when I say that we're more than excited to work with you and to connect with you. Before I leave you, I wanted to make sure that I do share a couple of events that we have coming up. Obviously, Try You is one of those events, so thank you for bringing that up, Elena. But we also have a couple of workshops here that you all can sign up for. That's going to be at visit.asu.edu/transfer events. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And now we're going to head off to hear from our Grand Canyon University representatives.
Hi, good morning. Sorry. My name is Laila Salazad, and I am with Grand Canyon University, and I work with all students who are interested in traditional campus. Can everybody see my screen? Yes. Okay, perfect. Thank you. And my my partner, Luis Ordóñez, who works with students who are interested in online, is also with me here today. And we're just going to tell you a little bit about what GCU has to offer. So a little bit about our role. We do full service counseling, and what that means is we start at the admissions process, advising, financial aid, talk to you about all your scholarship opportunities. We do transcript evaluation so you can see how your credits at Pima will transfer over into your major. We also review cost of attendance so that you can see exactly what it's going to cost you to attend GCU. And then we do appointments based on your availability, whether you would like to do in person, phone, or through Zoom. Let's see here. And then the difference, of course, between online and our traditional campus is if you are not ready to move up to Phoenix because you have some obligations in Tucson, or you just want to stay in Tucson, for online, we do have one class every 8 weeks. You can finish 24 credit hours in a calendar year. Discount tuition for Pima graduates. So when you complete your associate's degree, many programs can accept up to 84 hours, and the admissions application is free, which is a nice perk. And for our traditional campus, you would take 4 classes per semester. That's 32 credit hours per academic year. Your academic scholarships start at a 2.5 GPA. And if you complete your associates before transferring, there's an additional $1,000 scholarship on top of any academic scholarship. And of course, our application is also free. So I'm going to hand it on over to Luis.
Hi, everybody. My name is Luis Ordonez, and I'm the rep for GCU that works with online students. So we work with online students to assist them along their path, just like Laila discussed our role. And for our education students, we have many different pathways that you can get into with us. What we do is we work with students and try to identify that pathway that they're looking to go into, whether it's educational studies, whether it's something with the emphasis in STEM, English, or special education, and we help them identify all the classes that they could take at Pima so they could transfer over at the right time with us. GCU started originally as an education college, so teaching is something we excel at and we fully support. We even offer online Zoom events now for students who are preparing for the Praxis or the NES exam for their teaching certification. And as part of our mission to help students, it's open to anybody. If it's somebody that's at ASU that would like additional support, they could attend our free Zoom. If it's somebody at GCU who wants additional support, of course, they could attend as well. So it's open to anybody, even Pima students. We also support our education students by assisting them that first year after graduation. If after your first year, after you graduate and you become an educator, and you remember a class that helped you with classroom management that you took, and you're like, man, that I could use that right now, you're able to re-enroll into that class for free and retake it just to have those tips and support again while you're teaching. Laila and I are available to meet in person via Zoom. You can schedule us for a one-on-one. Let's see, Laila, if you could go to the next page. You could schedule a one-on-one with us through the Calendly link that you see there on the slide, where it would pull up and you would schedule your one-on-one with us directly. You can also text us, and we're more than happy to help every step of the way.
I also just wanted to review really quickly. These are a list of the education programs that we are currently offering. And so I'd love the opportunity, Luis and I would love the opportunity to speak to you all and answer any questions that you may have. We're going to put some information in the chat as well. I appreciate your time and thank you.
Thank you all. I'm going to briefly touch on some of our student life clubs and how to connect with our clubs virtually. So hopefully you can see what I'm sharing. In the past, we have had an early childhood education club at the Desert Vista campus, which is where that program is primarily housed. They're not currently active in this virtual environment, but that doesn't mean that once we start returning to campus, they won't re-engage and reform. And Donna Kahn, who is one of our faculty members and program advisors, can always give you a little more information about that. I know she's in one of our faculty staff rooms today. And if you want to learn a little bit more about some of our other clubs and how to engage with them, we do have a Discord server. And I'm going to pull that up really quick. Hopefully you can see that now instead of the PowerPoint slide. And this allows us to have a space not only for general student life announcements and club announcements, but each club has a dedicated space on our Discord server. So the best way to connect with clubs is to join us on our Discord server. If you have any questions about that, you can always reach out to me or anyone else on the student life team. One thing I did forget to mention when we got started is we are doing a best bowl contest, and it never likes to share my bowl when I have my virtual background on. So today I did a bowl that's actually a planter because it's spring, fun. There's never been a plant in it. I lined it with a paper towel in case anyone is concerned. So if you do have a best bowl to share with us, or a bowl to share with us for the best bowl contest, just let me or one of our other presenters know, and we'll make sure that we get a picture of that to enter you in the contest to win those prizes. I know so we had someone join us just a moment ago. So we are going to get started again. So thanks again for joining us in the Transfer Advisor and Clubs room.